All right, guys. Again, big day today. All right. The calculator is super duper powerful, and I'm going to show you how it can actually write the equation of the line for you. All right. Really cool feature on the calculator. But the first thing I want to do is I want to just click back to yesterday, lines that are parallel and perpendicular. Does anybody want me to do one in particular? Thank you. Good. Okay, let's look at 20. Now, again, this one is a nice problem, all right? The reason why I say it's a nice problem is because it's an easy one, all right? So I've been trying to discuss with you y equals 9. Y equals 9 is a what? Horizontal line, right? Yeah. So if y equals 9 is a horizontal, then what must be perpendicular to it? Vertical. A vertical. So draw yourself a vertical line. The only way something can be vertical is if it's x equals. If it's x equals, what is the x value? Negative 2. So that's the answer. X equals negative 2. That's how easy it is. If you understand what I am saying, which has been what I've been trying to preach to you guys, it's much better to understand than try to memorize everything that I'm saying. You are supposed to know y equals is a horizontal line, x equals is a what? Vertical line. Those are perpendicular to each other. All right? What?
Wouldn't the 9 be negative 1 over 9 if you switch it?
No. That would make me completely wrong. So what you're not understanding here, William, is y equals 9 is not a traditional problem. Right? It's just a line. It's a horizontal line. It has nothing to do with slope. I'm not doing the negative reciprocal. It's different than the other problems. It's a special case. Whenever there's only one variable, it's either a horizontal line or it's a perpendicular line. That's what you're supposed to remember. If it's horizontal, the slope is 0. If it's perpendicular, the slope is undefined. That's the best I can do. What?
Number 22.
Okay, so for question number 22. All right, here we go. So if I am perpendicular, the first thing I need to do is I need to find the slope. So from this, I have to solve it for y. Now, in my opinion, in this case, because my y is negative, I'm just going to throw it over here. And I'm going to move the 9 over here. So now I have y equals x minus 9. I really want everybody to be able to do that.
I did that, but
all right, when I'm moving, how do you know it didn't work? I didn't tell you the answer yet.
no, I got that.
All right, y equals negative 9 is the slope-intercept form of this line, which means the slope here is what? 1. Anybody have a problem with the slope being 1? If the slope is 1, that means the slope of the perpendicular, who can tell me? Negative 1. Thank you. Because 1 is a fraction, 1 over 1. So the reciprocal of 1 is what? 1. You just have to make sure that you do what? Change the sign. This is what I'm trying to tell some of you. Pay attention. Listen to what I'm telling you. All right, some of you are sitting there. All right, look at your notes, look at the paper. If you miss the slope, write something down to yourself. That's how you become smarter. Not just listening to what I'm doing. You have to actively participate in your grade. Now that we know the slope of the perpendicular is negative 1, everybody should be able to now write the equation. All right, so it is going to be y plus 1 equals negative 1 parentheses x minus 7. That is the answer. That's it. That's all there is to it. What?
You do the problem.
What?
You do number
21. Here we go.
No, I just need to. So it would be 5, right?
What about 5? Yes.
It would be y equals 5.
Wow. Feels good to be smart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Y equals 5. That's exactly
Yeah,
right. That is it. It's a perpendicular line. X equals negative 2 is perpendicular. So it must be a horizontal. Horizontal is y equals. Those of you guys who are listening and participate, you know exactly what I mean by 21. Because you listened to me on 20. It's the same problem. All right, come on, guys. I'm feeling good. Anybody else want me to do a problem? Good. Tremble. Thank you.
11.
Wow, we're going all the way back to 11. I said only 19 through 28. That's what I want to look at. All right, 19 through 28. Someone find another one like that one, Trimble, on 19 through 28. They're there, okay? Unless you just thought 11 was just so out of the ordinary hard. All right, I don't want Trimble to walk out of here mad at me, so let's go do a number 11. All right, here we go. Number 11, move this over. Move the 9 over. Same problem as before. Y equals x minus 9. So what's the slope of this line, Trimble?
What?
What's the slope of that line? What's the number in front of the x? 1. That's the slope. So what's the slope of the parallel line? 1. So y plus 1 equals 1 times x minus 7. Right? Simple. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Simple, simple. Don't forget, numbers in front. If there is no number, it's a 1. What?
Would it be -1?
That would make me wrong, right?
That's not
Yeah.
parallel.
Right? And I'm not. Remember that.
Sometimes.
Not possible.
No, it's tough.
Parallel, not perpendicular. That's generally the mistake kids make. All right, if you're not careful with parallel and perpendicular.
Oh, because they're both.
Right? Parallel, same slope. Perpendicular, negative reciprocal. All right, that's all there was to it. All right, you have to identify that. Now, seriously, no one has any other questions? Nobody. Nobody wants me to do anything. Go.
It's 28.
Let's do 28. Okay, so I want the slope of the perpendicular. Now, why is this one a super simple one? Because it's already written in the right format. So here we go. Slope of the perpendicular is what, Tucker?
Slope of the perpendicular is -3 over 1.
No.
Or
No, just 3 over 3.
Tucker, tell them why it's 3. First of all,
oh, 'cause you
opposite.
switch the signs.
Switch signs.
All right.
Make yourself a note. If you didn't know that, write yourself a note again. Right? That's how you get better. Writing it down, writing it down, writing it down until it gets into your brain. All right? That's just a fact. You can't do the problem unless you know the facts.
I did switch signs. I just put
Now, write the equation.
So y minus 2 equals 3. Quotation x minus 7.
Good. All right. Easy, easy, easy,
I just put
easy.
3 over
Ah, it's all right. It's okay. Nothing, no questions. I want to know. All right. There's nothing more for me to do if you don't raise your hand and say, give me a little bit of help. All right. So I hope you see what we did the last 2 days. All of it is basically the same. All right. All of it's been basically the same, trying to help you memorize that important formula. Okay, so now guys, today is a really cool day for me because I love the technology of the calculator, and you have a huge advantage over kids who do not know how to use a calculator. All right, they have this calculator and then do not understand how to use it. All right, now it's not going to go well if you don't listen though. All right, you must listen. You must listen. Right, if you don't listen, all right, I can't help you. All right, so if you don't have your calculator, it's a bad day to not have a calculator. But it's not the end of the world because you can listen to the video again. And I know everyone is going to rush home to do that, right, Max? Max does that every day, all right?
Watch it like going to bed.
Like just on a cycle, just
Like a bedtime.
Yes, bedtime. I like that, all right? Put you to sleep. I understand that. All right, here we go. So now I want everybody to put up line of best fit for me. All right. Now, again, this is where I need patience. I need patience. All right. You have to work with me. I'm going to say hit stat button, and you're going to go, what? Stat? What is that? Where is that? Instead of open up your eyes and look for a button that says STAT on it. There's a finite number of buttons on there. All right. Yeah. Where is it? No one's telling him. No, we're not doing that anymore. I'm saying hit the stat button, and you need to hit the stat button. If you don't know how to spell it, I'll put it up here for you. All right? But there's no reason in the world why you can't find the stat button on your calculator.
Is it stat plot?
No, stat, S-T-A-T. Don't tell him. All right, I even spelled it for him. All right? Do not help him.
It's bottom left.
All right? Now,
It's in the
here we
bottom.
go.
It's in the
Stop
bottom.
talking. We're not a comedy club in here. All right? Now, again, listen to me. Stat. All right? That's step number 1. You hit stat. All right? Then there's an edit button, which is number 1. You hit edit. Now, what comes up on your screen is like L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. All right, there are a lot. I don't need help. All right, L1 to L5, these are just lists. In science, there's a huge thing you can do with science also. All right, right now, L1, I want everybody to understand is the X, and under L2, I want everybody to understand that's the Y. L1 is X, L2 is Y. Now, under L1, we're probably going to enter the what? X coordinates, yes. Under L2, we're probably going to enter the what? The Y coordinates. Now, I'm not upset. If you are not following along and you get lost, just raise your hand. It's annoying if you don't stay with me and 10 minutes into the lesson, you say, I can't find the stat button. All right? I need everyone on L1. Now, what are the X values? Since we're doing problem number 1, you're going to type in 3, 7, 12, 20, 22, and 27. You're not going to enter 30. The reason why you're not going to enter 30 is because there's no Y value for 30. All right? So under L1, you're again going to type in 3, 7, 12, 20, 22, and 27. Then under L2, you're going to type in the Y values. Just listen. Under L2, you type in the Y values, which is 6, 21, 38, 67, 70, and 78. Where am I getting those numbers from? From problem number 1. So I'm summarizing. Stat, edit, L1, L2. Under L1, you enter the X values. Under L2, you enter the Y values. If you make a mistake, we can delete. You can delete something that has been entered, or you can type right over it. Now, I'm sure this is a good question. Here we go.
I have no idea what's happening, but my L1, L2, all that.
That's because you hit delete a bunch of times. All right? You're not allowed to delete. Yeah, again, you're not allowed, again, if you guys, if you're doing something that can now mess things up, all right? That's why I'm of the opinion that you should not just hit a bunch of buttons because you can mess it up. All right, it'll take me some time, all right, to fix it.
I accidentally put 30.
What?
I accidentally put 30.
So you delete it. I said go to,
zero. Put 0.
no, you don't put 0, D-E-L, delete.
Oh,
D-E-L, there's a D-E-L button. That stands for delete. Not clear, all right? Now, all I ask you to do is enter the data points. Has everybody entered the data points? Has everyone entered the data points? All right? Now that we've entered the data points, what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to hit graph, and all the points come up on the screen. Wrong. All right? None of them came up on the screen because you didn't allow your calculator to plot the points. You didn't allow your calculator to plot the points. So be quiet and listen. All right? You have to turn that ability on for your calculator. All right? So to turn that on, you have to go to Y equals, and then there's a stat 1 up here, I think. Or a plot 1. Sorry, not stat, plot.
Stat
What?
I have lines.
Just erase them. Clear them out. Come on, follow along with me. So under plot 1, all right, everybody's got to move their cursor to the top and then hit enter. All right, if it's in gray now, that means it's turned on. Now go back to y equals, because Austin told me that some of you guys have been graphing lines. Delete all the lines. Now if you hit what?
Mine didn't turn gray.
You have to hit the enter button.
I know I am. I want plot 1. Does this say plots on?
Stop. No one's talking to you. Your calculator's like everyone else's.
I have a wonder.
What is that?
What's it like? I'm so.
Okay. No. There's no reason to be confused. I'm not walking around. All right. Now, here we go. I want all the graphs off. Now, or deleted. Now hit graph. Now, I think 1 point should come up. Is that correct? 1 point. Not all of them yet, because I haven't told you how to get them all fixed. What? Is it plotted point? There's 1 point on the screen. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like a little mini square. Yeah.
Okay. It's like a mini square. Thank you for the information. It's a mini square. It's not a point. Sorry. All right. It's a mini square. All right. Now, the job that I need you to do now is I'm trying now to plot all what?
I got hair.
Okay, here we go. Because I can tell you right off the bat, you didn't follow directions when I hit stat. You probably put in 30 when I said, don't put in 30. Because you're not listening. You're not allowed to put in 30 because there is no y value. Graph. Y equals. I said go up and hit enter. Now the point is on. Now graph. The point magically appears. What? Y equals graph. What's the problem? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Honestly, you know I have no hair because I keep trying to tell you something and you're just like, oh. Oh, it's not a dot, it's a red, it's a box. Right? And now it's blue, it's not black. Oh, it's gray. No, mine's black. That can't be right. I mean, I don't understand. Come on, you guys are top kids. You can follow directions. All right, now, all right, all the points are not plotted. So there's a magic button on the calculator that will automatically plot the graph for you, plot the points. So here we go. All right, I want everyone to hit stat. Oh, not stat, I'm sorry. I want you to hit zoom. Zoom, hit zoom. All right, now zoom, Z-O-O-M for some. All right, so the zoom button is at the top. All right, at the top, one of the top bars. Now, once you hit the zoom button, there's a bunch of options that come up. I want to zoom stat. I want to zoom stat, so I have to go all the way down to where it says zoom stat and hit enter. And then what happens is it changes the window. It changes the window to plot all the points so you can see it. All right, yes. I know some of you are just so proud of yourselves because you can actually follow directions. You had to show everyone, see, I can follow directions. Okay, look, pat yourself on the back. Good job. All right. Now, again, for those of you guys who just know you have memory problems, all right, you should write down zoom and then go down to stat, and that will remind yourselves that if I want to see the actual points that are plotted, you go to zoom stat. All right, now the next beautiful thing about your calculator is that your calculator can find the equation of any line if you listen. All right, so to find the equation of the line, here's what I need for you to do now. I want you to hit the calc button. I need to spell that for you too, Austin?
No.
Okay. All right.
Second.
Hit the calc button.
Second.
Do not tell anybody where it's at. Everybody find the
sound for? Stand for?
Calculator.
calculate.
I knew
Nice.
that. I knew that.
So here we go. Here we go. Now, guess what? Guess what? I told you to hit the wrong button. I want you to go to stat first. Hit the stat. Sorry. I did tell you the wrong
Oh,
button.
and then calc right there.
Then calc. I'm sorry. Hit the stat button. Hit the stat button first.
Hold on, enter my calculator.
Just look. Hey, guys, listen. There is so much to do. So much to do. Stat button. Then you go over to calc. And then once you go over to calc, it gives you an option. Believe it or not, your calculator is so powerful, they can match up those points to any one of those graphs. Well, I've only taught you right now about what? About lines. All right. So after you hit the stat and you go over to calc, you're going to go down, I believe it's to number 4, where it says LIN reg. All right, which is just the it's just the statistical way of saying you're calculating the line of regression. That's what that means. Stop. Just go over to calc. Over 1.
And do we have
Calc.
calculator?
Line 4. All right. Now, once you do that, now listen. I know it's hard. All right. Stat. Go over to calc, go down to line. Line regression is the one we want is 4. And then this bunch of statistics come up. All right, when you take AP stats, that will help you a lot. All right, but right now, all I care about is going through, hit enter all the way through to the end. All right, and then the numbers come up where it says A is equal to something and B is equal to something. Now, if I were in charge of Texas Instrument, I would go back and say, just please rename A what? M, because M is the what? Slope. I don't know why they did A. But now, I want someone to tell me what A is on their calculator.
3.12.
Okay, let's stop there. 3.12. And B is about what?
0.9.
About 0.9?
0.78.
Is it negative or positive?
Negative.
Wait, no, it's negative 0.78.
All right, negative 0.78, someone is telling me. So I'm going with negative 0.78. So now my equation, which would then be y equals 3.12x minus 0.78. Everybody write that down. All right, everybody write that down. Now, what I want you to do now is I want you to go back to y equals. Everybody go back to y equals now. Everybody hit y equals. And what do you think I want you to do now? Write that equation under y1. Type in 3.12x minus 0.78 and then hit graph, and you should see the calculator found the absolute very best line of best fit. There's a mathematical way, believe it or not, to do that. All right, it calculated every possible line and said this is the line of best fit.
Well, is it?
Wait, 78.
No. It's what's on your calculator. It's what's on your calculator. Shh. All right, anybody else? All right.
It's 0.78x.
Now,
Yes.
what are you talking about? Austin, put your eyes up on the board. Stop asking me a bunch of questions. It's right here on the board. Here we go. Look up. Hey, everybody. Now, last part of the day. I need to figure out, okay, I've got my numbers here. I now have to figure out about what do you think 30 would be? What would be the y value for 30? So then what you're going to do is if you want, you can just come down here and say the y value at 30 would equal 3.12 times 30 minus 0.78. Everybody do that. And then somebody tell me what that answer is. I'm waiting.
92.8.
92 point what?
82.
Just type it in on the calculator.
Yeah,
It's right there. Type in 30 for x. Go 3.12 times 30 minus 0.78. Everybody should be able to do that. All right?
Yes, there we go.
Okay, Hunter, how'd I do?
Good.
You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Miss Jacobson, you with me? Gray, you good? Connor, you getting there? Connor, Tucker, you're getting there.
Yeah.
You got it. Miliana, huh? You got it. Matt, you good? Steinheiser, you with me? You with me?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I trust that. That's a good one. You good? Kind of. All right. Now, what? Shh, tell me, what is we're? What do you mean we're confused? There's no collection of people in here. Shh, no, not Tucker. What is your question?
I'm confused on how you, on where you get the one, like where you get that, how you put that.
You hit y equals on your calculator, and then you type in that equation. Shh, we've done it 100 times.
Where do you get that?
Where do I get what?
Where do you get the 30? Where do you get the 30?
I lost my
In for x, for right here, x. 3.12 times 30 minus 0.78.
How do you play equals?
Okay,
Wait, how do you get that?
how do I get what, Tucker?
Like, so I have y equals,
Shh. Hey guys, I want to hear.
I have y equals 30, times
No. No, you're not. This. Will you just, this is the equation. If I want to know what the y value is at 30, I just plug 30 in here. You physically do that on your calculator. You go 30 times 3.12 minus 0.78. You're not plugging it in anywhere.
Don't put it on the y equal.
You're not putting it, seriously. Go to second quit, go to the home screen, and type in 30 times 3.2 minus 0.78. All right. Hey. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Just plug it in.
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't need any help. All right. Now, here's what I want everybody to do. All right. I want everybody to go to stat. Now we hit edit. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not going to walk around the room and fix all your calculators when you make a mistake, so you got to listen. Listen, William, are you listening?
Yeah.
I want to clear the list. I don't want to delete the list. Right, Jensen?
Yes.
If you delete the list, I'm going to have to fix it. I don't feel like fixing it. So don't delete a list. You clear a list. So now, everybody needs for me to tell you how to clear the list. I don't know why some of you guys are doing stuff on your calculator. All right, so to clear the list, what I need you to go is Stat, Edit. Then, under L1, here is where it says L1. You bring your cursor right above L1, and you hit Clear, not Delete. You clear a list. You don't delete a list. Hit the Clear button, and then put the arrow down, and what happens?
It's
clear.
It's cleared.
She gone.
Not deleted, it's cleared. So now do the same thing with list 2. Practice, clear the list, and then go down. And now the list is gone, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so now, again, seriously, I appreciate the enthusiasm. All right, I know it was a lot to handle. All right, I'm understanding of that. I need patience now. I'm trying to now help people who have trouble. All right, and I don't mind if you have trouble. All right. There was a lot of sarcasm a little bit earlier. That's because I'm trying to get your attention. All right, you can and you will listen. Everybody has that ability. Now I'm going through it a what? A second time. You should be a little better the second time. And when I do it the third time, you should be excellent. All right, so now we're going to calm down and you're going to let me do it again on number 2. All right, so everybody is going to hit the stat button. Then you're going to hit edit. And then under L1, you're going to type in the X values. Remember, you're not typing in 60 because it doesn't have a Y value. If you type in 60 and you go to graph it, it will say error, dimension mismatch. That's just an error telling you that your calculator is trying to do something it cannot do because you didn't listen. All right, so under L1, yes, sir.
How do you remove the last number?
Delete, DEL. There's a DEL button on your calculator. Now, anybody have any questions typing in under L1 and L2, question number 2, problem number 2? I'm typing those in. I don't need any noise, nothing, no comments from the peanut gallery today, from this point forward. Just put your hand up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Everyone typed in under L1 the X values, and then you typed in under L2 the Y values. Everybody good with that? Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to hit zoom, and then I go down to stat, which I believe is 0. All right, if you want to just hit 0, boom, it'll put it up there. Or is it 9? Thank you. Zoom 9. If you want to hit zoom and hit 9, that means you typed it in incorrectly. That's what I just said. Stat, edit, now. Zoom 9. Because you accidentally typed in something. All right, now, everybody, hey, come on, back on, sorry. Hey, right now, no, Rivers, I want you to tell me, all right, what's the problem?
I don't have the boxes.
All right, zoom.
I've done this. Let's go zoom here.
Zoom, it's 9, it's at 9. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to eliminate the first go to Y equals, you turn off your points. Go up there, hit enter, turn them off. Now come down here and delete that. Now zoom 9. What? You guys good? Come on, no time to play.
I don't have one.
Have one of what?
I don't have a box. So I have
You
stat.
turn them, go to Y equals, you turned it off. Hit enter, now it's back on. Now zoom 9. You can hit zoom 9.
I got a line in
Zoom 9. Okay. Now, once the dots are up there, now you're going to hit stat, then go over to calc, then you go down to line regression, which is number 4, hit enter all the way through, and then someone who's paying attention can tell me Y equals, what is the equation? I don't care about how they have it. I want to know, let's say in math, generally they round, and listen to me, 3 decimal places in math. 3 decimal places is math. So Lily, are you there? Tell me, what is the 3 decimal places?
5.134 times negative 1.820.
Okay, now if you did 5.13, do I care? I don't care. Or I'm just telling you, for those of you guys who listen, in math, we round to how many decimal places? 3. If you don't want to hear me, that's your fault. Or it's not that big of a deal. All right? So now we did this line of best fit. I'm not saying she's correct. I'm saying that's an answer. Did anybody else get something close to that? All right, that means she's probably correct. And you're doing good. Now I need the value at 60. So what do I do with that 60? Plug it in for x. So it's going to be 5.134 times 60 minus 1.820. And when somebody does that, they can tell me.
307.58.
Wow, 307.858. William, thank you. Feels good, right?
300.
Listening makes all the difference in the world. And that's what I'm trying to convince everyone. If you listen and pay attention, you can be brilliant if you want. Some of you just don't want to be brilliant. All right, that's the problem I'm having. All right, what?
I got 306.20.
Oh, come on.
I'm just asking, is that big enough?
Do you
difference to the
think,
point where
do you
we
think
should
that's
go?
good enough?
I mean, I assume so.
Yes, because why? Listen to me, because why?
Because
It's an estimate. There's nothing exact. So you know me, if you're close to the answer, it's right. I don't care about that. We're all going to round a little bit differently. You might have not been paying attention and only rounded to 2 places. She could have rounded to 3 decimal places incorrectly. I'm just saying that's a pretty close answer. I don't care about the details. All right, I care about, do you understand the process? You understand to plug 60 in and we're in good shape. Is everybody with me? Now, I can't help it if you don't know. There's nothing I can do. I cannot help if you don't know. Now, how can you have a question when you just told me what the answer is? Thank you. They're probably right. Thank you. You don't have to have my answer. You just have to be somewhere close to what? 300.
I'm not there. I've done like
What did you get for your equation?
I
Well, I is not an answer.
Oh, no.
This is the equation right here. If you're not close to that equation, you're wrong.
No, I got that equation.
So then just plug 60 in. Are you having trouble with 5.134 times 60 minus 1.820 with the calculator? That's what you're telling me. I don't know how to get the numbers using a calculator. I don't understand that. Tucker, are you stretching? You have a question or what? Lucky for me. All right, here we go. Now, because we are doing much better now, I'm taking a deep breath and I'm saying, everyone work through problem number 3. Everybody work through problem number 3. And then when you have the answer to 50, after you've done all of the work, I want to know what the answer is. And if you can tell me that correctly, you know exactly what to do. And I am not a complete failure today. Oh, yes, I am. Trust me.
Maybe
Trust me.
you to him.
Here we go. Come on, just give me an answer. Remember, comedy is not our goal. Shh. And the peanut gallery is still talking. Like I said. Don't be afraid. Tell me the answer. Uh-oh, somebody's got an answer already. I think I got it. What is it? Shh.
Y equals.
No. I want 50. What is the answer to 50?
Oh, the full answer.
Yeah. No, I want part of the answer.
60 equation.
No. Just
Okay.
whack yourself in the head one time, please, and say, wake up today. The guy wants the question to the answer, which is, what's the point at 50? What's the Y value? What? Oh, you got it. Oh, here we go. Hunter's the man. Go.
I got 82.393.
Negative 80.
Stop talking. I'm asking him. What's the answer?
82.
Really? 82.
Okay.
All of these are negative.
They're
I'm
negative.
going down, and you're
Negative.
telling me all of a sudden I'm going to bounce from 39 to 50 in order sequentially, and instead of going down, I'm going to 82.
Negative 82.
Wow.
Point 442.
All right. So somebody said 0.442, negative 82.5. If you're close to that, you're probably wrong because that's what Hunter said. All right.
Hunter's a G.
So here we go, guys. I appreciate it today. The only thing I want you to do is number 4. That's your job. 3 and 4. And tomorrow when I come to the class, it's going to be smooth. All right, I'm going to say, okay, we're on number 5. Let's go. Then I'm going to get to the SAT problems, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. All right, I want you to do 3 and 4. Make sure you know how to do this. All right. And if you don't know how to do it, again, you can always reference the recording. All right.
I got a,
And hear yourself.
for this one, probably gonna hate me. I got negative 142.25.
All right. Have a great day, Xavier.